This is just a random video at 4 in the morning. I really should be asleep at class in the morning. But I just wanted to say the last few generations of GPUs just have been very disappointing. I feel like we peaked at 30 series. 30 series where we just everything worked. Sure, it had mainly I believe it's transient power draw issues, but it wasn't that bad. Just okay, slightly bigger, not bigger, slightly higher wattage PSU. And I kind of fixed that. But from Nvidia, these new power supply, not power supplies, these new graphics cards. Primarily, the issue is the 12-volt high power connector, or at least for the 40 series. 50 series, we'll get in the 50 series, but for 40 series, that connector has been really problematic for some, and I believe a video from Jay's 2 cents showed that the main issue of that connector is that it's less standardized than the PCIe power connectors, in where those cables, the actual pins in them wouldn't be like even lengths and wouldn't make proper contact to the GPU's pins. So you could be like shorting out some pins, or maybe like the ground pin there is even making contact. So that was one problem with the 40 series. And, it didn't really hurt them too bad, but it did kind of showed us why PCIe was so great, because it's more standardized. It's not perfectly standardized. That's why you really shouldn't mix cables between power supplies, because the cables and the resistances between those cables aren't standardized. But the actual quality of those cables, they worked. You didn't have these melting connector issues before. Now fast forward to the 50 series. Not only are those cables melting still the same, some of these GPUs are missing components on them and losing up to 10% performance. That's wild. On top of that, there have been, at least for 50 series, these few drivers have been kind of buggy. And this isn't just a 50 series issue. This is all of NVIDIA's cards issue. I have a 3080 Ti myself. I updated new drivers, and I've been getting black screens on some things, or rather, first thing, my GPU uninstalled itself. Playing Marvel Rivals, I've been getting black screens, and on top of that, I've been getting audio issues. I'd be watching YouTube. It'll say something like audio render error. Please restart your computer. I'm like, what? And it's so annoying. And I'm pretty sure that's a driver issue because this is new. I know I have like tape on. Okay, I have tape like on my headphones and stuff. I know they're not the best, but like this is just to hold together. Like there's no actual sound issue. This is just to hold them together because the part here broke. So I got off topic. Sorry. On top of that, 50 series, the 5090 is a good increase from the 4090, but everything else is kind of mediocre. The 5080 Super is like what, an 11% increase from a 4080 Super. The 5070 Ti was like about maybe 15% from a 4070 Ti, and then 5070, we just got those benchmarks. It was a it's it's about a 4070. It's like not 40, it's about right on 4070 Super. So that's about what, 10% increase. But these price increases are huge. You think that for a next generation product, you can at least keep the price the same and increase the performance, but no. These price, well, at least for 5090, that's not the case at all. For the 4080, they had the same MSRP, but we all know that realistically you're going to be getting that card for more like $2,000 at the moment if you try to buy it. So yeah. Same for the 4070 Ti, not 5070 Ti, get them mixed up, of course. It's supposed to be 750. That's realistically gonna be 1,000. I've seen some go for 1,300. So this paper launch issue where they don't have enough supply. How did have enough supply? Now people want to chalk it up to the tariffs and Trump and all that. I'm like, yeah, sure. Sure, the tariffs play a part in it, but the tariffs aren't the reason. This is bad planning. Nvidia didn't have to release these cars so soon when they had no supply. They didn't have to. They could have waited. On top of that, they could have also just made more cars, start shipping earlier like AMD did. AMD been had their new product out. They've been had that. They've been shipping out to board partners for months now. So they're gonna have thousands. They're gonna. You can't even say that there were thousands of 50 series cards. Well, you could, and you'd be right. There's maybe a few thousand, maybe like 2, 3 thousand. So across the world, by the way. But according to AMD, they've been shipping thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these cars to their board partners for months, ever since at least December, I believe. So I'm quite excited for the 9070 XT and 9070 for those great prices. Now, thing is, we have no benchmarks of them yet. And I know we've had the first party benchmarks from AMD, which showed that they increased excuse me, not that they increased. The 9070 XT performed like a 5070 Ti, and then the what was it? The 5070 performed like a not 50, the 9070. Oh my god, the 9070 performed more like a 5070. I believe that was what the benchmark said. I'm not looking at anything right now to see it, but really, I kind of have a good feeling about this because I've been looking for an upgrade to my 3080 Ti in the last two gens. I don't want to say they haven't had performance increases. They've had great performance increases. If I could get a 4080, that'd be a massive increase for me. But the price is just so high. The price has just been so high, and they haven't gone down. I bought my 3080 Ti back in 2021 or 2022, one of the two, during all the shortages. I bought that for 1,500. This thing's worth $500 now. So that shows how quick the price went down in real time. Now, I could have gotten a 4080, but I just wasn't. It just wasn't the right time for me. $1,000. You just don't have $1,000 on you. So I'm thinking, okay, wait for it 5080, and then maybe like a 4070 would be right up my alley. Not 40, 5070 would be right up my alley. Nah, that 5070 doesn't look right. 5070 Ti maybe, but still a lot of money, and these prices haven't changed. They're going up. That's no. But the 9070 XT, it's not as big of an increase, but that price is more appealing. That's what we need to come back to GPUs. We need prices to be reasonable and for generational uplift. When I say generational uplift, I mean I have my phone. Where is my phone? I mean, I have my phone, the S23 Ultra. This thing costs $2,000. I really shouldn't have paid this much for this phone. But I expect that in a year's time, let's say we have like the not there. Let's say sometime in the future when we have the S30 Ultra, I'd expect that S30 Ultra to also um cost $2,000. I would expect it to cost $5,000 because at that point this is nothing. By that point, this is old. This is using technology that's easier to make. This is using technology that we're not looking at no more. So why are the old cars staying the same price? New cars are increasing in price, even though these companies are getting bigger. And I don't know what's Nvidia. What is Nvidia on? So really, I just made this random video to avoid sleep. But I just think that we've we've hit kind of a dead stop. I think we hit at 30 series. We just hit the plateau where hey, best price of performance, and now everything's just gonna increase in price. And maybe a slight increase. Maybe we'll increase performance. We'll think about it. But we're definitely gonna increase price though. Like that's what it feels like for 40 and 50 series. 40 series was nice. 50 series, no one should be buying 50 series in my opinion. It is you buy that if you buy 50 series, you're setting yourself up for so many problems right now. Your GPU might be missing components, and then I think you can RMA it. But if you RMA it, how long are you going to be waiting to get your GPU again? Like realistically, how? Because I imagine anyone who has 50 series right now got it by sheer luck online and overpaid, or went to Micro Center and waited at Micro Center all night just to be told, hey, we only have two 5090s, but we have like 17 5080s. So you're like, damn, I was trying to get that 5090. I guess I'll get a 5080. And then guess what? 5080 not even any better than 4080 because it's missing its ROPS. Anyways, yeah, this is a really weird rant video. Um, I sell computers. You want to buy a computer? Hit me up. I'm selling a computer right now. Yeah, that's kind of all. Bye.